Good morning, everyone. Welcome today to this other Market Outlook and NQ Playbook. Lots of things going on today. Very excited. It's going to be a great session. Welcome, team. Welcome, Patrick. Welcome, Maciej.
Welcome, everybody. As Fabio say, it could be a great session. So it's really depend on you guys. So take out your pencil, your notebook, and then make good notes to what we're telling you, so that this session will be a great session for you. As we was talking yesterday, guys, we're doing this for you. We're putting you on the hot seat that you can learn, that you can understand how everything works. And yeah, let's move forward. So welcome also, Maciej.
Buongiorno, hello, how are you? Hola, aloha. Cześć, cześć.
Welcome. So today, what are we going on today? So first, we have Netflix earnings report from yesterday. As you can see, we were talking about this yesterday. So the option market was kind of still positioned for kind of like an upside move or like a trend reversal. But what we saw yesterday is, of course, Netflix didn't beat earnings. The market, the price is down about 7% today. We're still trading around the lower band coming from a swing model. We talked about the swing model yesterday. So in pre-market, we're down 7%, but we're still around this 81.39. This was the level that we were talking about yesterday. So let's see how the market performs. We also have VIX expiration today, and we also have Trump speaking at Davos. I think you mentioned, Patrick, that the talk has been delayed. It was supposed to be at 8:30. We might not see it at 8:30, but it's going to happen today. So that's definitely going to have a big impact in the move. And we're going to talk about that once we go in the price action. But before we do that, I want to go back onto our SPX chart because it's kind of interesting what we saw yesterday, right? So yesterday, the market dropped around 2%. So we had a really big, like a negative day. But something interesting spiked to my mind and I want to share with you guys. So first of all, what you see here is our intraday levels from the morning from yesterday. So if we go back to the price action, this was the price action from yesterday. We took in yellow the 9:35 snapshot, in red the 11:30, in white the 2 p.m., and then we took the end of day snapshot, right? So as you can see, basically the levels did not change. So what does that mean? We're going to go into the option chain, but basically, even though we flashed down throughout the day, the big level like our put support and our put support 0 DTEs actually stayed at this area. If we then go to our futures charts, obviously the market, the SPX closed yesterday, but if we look at our future chart, we can see how now this put support from SPX from yesterday, this is the end of day converted level from SPX to yes, kind of caused a very, very strong reaction. So we had a first reaction here. We tried to break, and now we are pinning again around this area here. So it's very, very interesting. Why is that? Because if we go back to our dashboard and we go to our end of day and we open up our SPX, first, obviously, we are in a negative gamma environment. So again, a lot of volatility today. But what's really interesting is really we have this area here. So this put support, 0 DT 6,790 on SPX, which is this level that you see here, currently converted to ES, is going to be a very, very important one for today. So very, very important. Are we going to be able to break it? And then we go over kind of like the roadmap. But basically, just look at the data and see all the things that have changed. And then you can also go and look at, for example, our put support is now sitting at 6,800 on SPX. We see it in the chart there as well on ES. It's slightly above, so it's at the 6,833. But again, this magnet here would become very, very important for today. Let me know, Patrick, if you have any feedback or questions.
Yeah, there was something, Fabio. Maybe you remember yesterday we was receiving some question from some member,
Yeah.
and the question was how we know that, for example, put support, what you're showing here, will be holding. Any ideas how you can explain this? When levels will be holding, when we're breaking levels? Maybe some little tiny handout for the people that they can make notes about level holding when we're breaking levels. So what's really behind of them? Because as futures traders, we see only the levels. So we see now on our charts, for example, put support 0 DTE, put support. But what is really behind the names? What is really based on options? What is happening there?
Yeah, so I think those, especially if we look at the primary levels. So let's look at our put support, our core resistance, and our HVL, which is really the kind of gamma flip area or point, right? So the level, obviously, it's a label that you see here. So obviously, once you start trading, you learn how this level might hold in certain times and how this will behave. But I think very, very important, and this is kind of goes back to the analysis that I was looking for, is really looking not only at the level but looking at the amount of gamma that is at this area. So is this actually a very large number? Is this relevant, and how strong can that level be? Because it's not only the label, it's also looking at the amount of gamma that we have. So for example, if we look at our um, all expiration, we see this massive level here, which is at 6,800, right? So again, this area is going to be an interesting area that we might be able to break. And again, if we break, we could see a strong downside move with a lot of volatility. Let's also consider that we are in a negative gamma environment. Negative gamma means that we're going to see an increased volatility due to the difference on how market makers are hedging. If we look at the matrix, we also turn all red. So the matrix also change a lot. So if you see here, this column tells you how much positive or negative gamma has changed over the past day. So as you can see, we saw a massive increase in negative gamma across all expirations, but the ones that you're going to want to care about more is the next 2 or 3 expiration, especially on SPX. So 0 DTEs, 1 DTEs, 2 DTEs, and potentially also the next expiration here. And then is the level going to hold? Again, think about this as support. So all this gamma that you see here is going to be supportive for that level. But again, you also need to account is what is the market going to do when we reach those price levels. So there are 2 outcomes for that. One is the market is going to just take the profits and it's going to get out of the puts that they bought or sold at this area, or they're going to reposition lower. So if they think that basically the market actually is going to drop because, for example, today we're going to see some economic news or some events after Davos, and then the market thinks, okay, I think we're starting a downtrend. I'm going to start hedging lower and position myself towards like lower strikes. So that means that there's going to be additional pressure in terms of market maker hedging at lower strikes, right? So as a future trader, when we see, for example, our put support going from 6,800 to 6,700 or lower, that means that we are seeing some bearish pressure because the market is actually thinking that the new level will be lower. So we are going to probably hit a lower level, right? So as a future trader, that can be a good indication for you to see, okay, the sentiment coming from the option market is now more bearish because the put support shifted from 6,800 to 6,700. Same to the opposite side. If you remember, guys, at the beginning of the year, we had a big core resistance at 7,000. This was now moved at 7,100. So until a few days ago, the new target price coming from the option market is now from the upside move to 7,100. So very, very
I think
important.
I think this is a really good example, Fabio. So to remind the people on the 7,000, because everyone, I think, give us a yes or no if you was remember on the 7,000 few days ago. So it's now shifted, and this is exactly like when we're talking about can a level be holding or not. So basically, what they're doing, they're rolling the position. And this is something what as futures trader is so important to understand. Not see only the levels on your chart, understand also what is going on behind the levels, because this helps you as futures trader much more, and you can making better decisions.
Yeah. And let us know, guys, if you have questions on this topic. But basically, if we go back to our chart now, like let's actually go back here. So again, this area here is going to be a very important magnet for the day. Another thing that you can also go is, let's go back into our intraday dashboard, and let's go back to yesterday. Another way of understanding the change, you can also look at how the net jacks changes throughout the time. So you want to see why is this level so important and how big can that be, and you can see how the levels kind of stay steady throughout the time. So like the put support did not change yesterday, even though we saw a lot of like added negative gamma towards the session, but our put support was steady at 6,800, right? So again, that is very, very important level, because although the market moved down 2%, that area of 6,800 did not change, right? So very, very important.
And then, Fabio, I think what people can also do if they're going into the options matrix, you have there also the put support, you have there the call resistance, and you have there the high vol. So, and especially for SPX, or if you're trading the NQ and you're looking into something different, then you can also looking into how the put support is shift on the next day expiration. So for example, today we have 21, but we can also take a closer look. Is this on the same area 2022? So we have a difference between 6,900, 7.5 and 7,050. So we have a shift on call resistance on the next day expiration. This becomes very useful, especially at the end of the day, to looking into the next day expiration.
Yeah, and there's a question from Joe. Was that put support SPX level? And yeah, it was the end of days. So what you see here is basically the end of day. So what I did here, I have the 9:30 right here, the 11:30, I believe, the 2 p.m., and this was the last end of day. And basically, I converted using a manual ratio using yesterday from SPX. So let me go into basically the process, because I think it's going to be also very important, right? So how can you do what I did here? So let's go back into Queen. Let's go into our level section, and let's go here. And this is really simply what I did. I selected SPX. I went for gamma levels intraday. I searched, and then what I did, I went to previous date, and I went to the previous snapshot. So I went all the way down to 935 right here. Copy this level here, added it into the first indicator right here, then went back, went forward a couple of snapshots, added it into the second indicator right here, and then into the third, and then I took the end of day into the last one, right? And then what I also did, I added the offset, so that when I go back into my SPX chart, I can now kind of overlay 4 different levels, so that I can see, okay, like how did the level evolve over time, right? So as you can see, the put support stayed the same, put support utilities almost stayed the same. We saw an increase during the second snapshot, but then we went back to this 6,800. And at the end of the day, the put support utilities moved down about 10 points. Converted, we're going back to yes. And now converted, this level is the one that is now pinning a lot of activity for the day. Started last night, so we went all the way down here, we stopped here, moved back up, and then now we're retesting this area. Yeah, you need to use manual ratio. Don't use auto ratio, especially before 931. Let's go over again. We also have another indicator right here for conversion. What this does is calculate my ratios. So I can take the ratio from yesterday at 10 a.m. or the ratio from yesterday at 3:30. Right, you have the time here. You can change this. It's all customizable. But basically, I use the manual ratio of this one 1.004867. Type it here. That's it, done.
Yep.
Yeah, very simple. All right, let me know if you guys have questions, and if not, I can pass it back to you, Patrick or Maciej. Let me know.
We get the feedback in the support. I don't have the same SPX support on my chart. Can you show me the settings? So maybe Fabio, if you're using TradingView, how people can refresh say TradingView, and then we will pass this now over to Maciej before Davo should be start.
Okay, so basically, like going back to the trading view. So right now it's before 931, right? So during after hours, typically we rely. So if you're using auto ratio, if you're doing the conversion right here and you're using auto ratio, you are relying on the trading view prices for calculating the ratio. And sometimes we cannot control how trading view updates their prices, and we cannot control basically what happens on their pricing. This is done by trading view. So what the indicator does is taking the price of SPX and the price of ES and calculating the ratio. The ratio is typically recalculated at 931. This is when TradingView also updates or re-updates the end of day prices. So normally at 931, everything is good. But after market, sometimes things could change. So that's why I use manual ratio. And manual ratio is simply calculating the difference between the price of ES and the price of SPX at a specific time. I use our indicator to do that, so I don't do it manually. I just copy this value. You see it here, 1.004867. What is that value? That value is the ratio of ES and SPX as of 10 a.m. yesterday. Why do I do that? Because if I go to our ratio here calculation, I want to take a ratio during trading hours, right? So why do I want to do that? Because if I, for example, if I take a ratio when the market is trading, having the upper bound or the lower bound does not change anything. It would change maybe 1 or 2 points on my conversion. But if I start taking a ratio when we are in after hours, so if I were to take this ratio here, this would completely move my levels. And this is what happening if you are doing kind of like the auto conversion right now. So wait for 931 or use a manual ratio. And to use a manual ratio, simply use the indicator, type this level here, go to your conversion, and simply do manual right here. And then you go back to yes, and the levels will be plotted right here.
Fabio, we have few similar questions to you. Where we can find this indicator on TradingView?
Yeah, so basically what you can do, just so we are not, so this is a public indicator. So go to our page, MenthorQ Research, and you'll be able to find it. Or if you go into our guides, let me show you where this is. And basically under integrations, we have our level conversion here, and then the indicator, the link to the indicator will be here. So I can share it with you guys. I'll share it in the chat here. It's public, so you can find it in our page. It's all there. Just add it to your favorite right here. Just click on add to favorite, and then the indicator will be available for you guys. So it will be this one. And what you can do within this indicator, you can change the time of the ratio. I would keep it like that simply because these are good times. This is in Eastern time zone. So 10 a.m., 3:30. So for example, if you are trading pre-market, you could use the T2 ratio from the 3:30 the previous day. If you are opening up the chart at 11 a.m. and you want to use the current ratio, then you can use the 10 a.m. And then what you can also do here, you can also add your conversion. So let's say that you want to convert IBIT to Bitcoin. Simply do it there, and then by hitting OK, now you have the ratio that you can use to convert the ETF to Bitcoin if you wanted to. So it's very customizable. You have it here as well, but I added it just as an example.
Perfect. So guys, this is for free. So you can use it, but one thing what you should be really take care of, it's all about Eastern time.
Yeah.
As Fabi was mentioned, so all the time what you put in is based on Eastern time. If you're living, for example, in Asia or you're living in Europe or other countries, so then make sure that you use Eastern time and convert your time zone in Eastern time.
And yeah, and I think it's very important because even though futures trade 24/5, like when you convert and you need to do it once a day, it doesn't have to be more complicated than that. You need to be able to take a ratio when both assets are trading, right? So you need to take a ratio during 9:31 to 4 because that's when the movement of both assets is consistent, right? So if I take this ratio in this time frame here, it's good. If I take it here, it's not good because you see the future moves, the price of the spot index doesn't move. So the ratio will automatically be wrong, right? Or if I take this ratio here, this will also be wrong. And if I take this ratio here, this will also be wrong. So make sure you take it during trading hours, New York trading hours, because that's when the index is trading, that's when the futures are trading together, and that's when the ratio is more accurate and consistent. You are trading at the same level basically. Yes, it moves, it changes. Don't worry about it. If you go to our documentation, we show an example of the difference in the levels between this point to this point. It's about 2-3 points, so it's not going to change anything on your side. All right, let me know if shall I pass it on to you?
To Maciej, because we have in a few minutes downwards if he is showing up on point, but I don't think he will be on point. But let's move to gold, and then we're looking into NQ, SPX, and VIX for trading roadmap for today.
Okay, so let's jump. Good morning one more time. Hello, investors. Let's dive quickly before perhaps Trump starts speaks from Davos. So first thing first, I will also add, if you don't mind, Patrick, about CTAs.
Let's go.
So last few days we are dropping in M&E, NQ, still sitting around 4% on gold. Silver is also in interesting place. All charts you can find in our dashboard, and also as you can see when I mention, take a look about CTA position, the green line on our charts. Where is it? So what I mean by that, usually where we are near that kind of value, so 0.05, it means that we are very, very exhausted or need that kind of environment. Also, similar view, and the first one from 2024 till now, so 2 years in our sample. As you can see, we never catch that kind of the moment in CTA positioning on silver, on gold. Yeah, we have a little space still. So this is very interesting. Also, active futures, silver, H contract 2026 right now most traded, gold because right now is tricky moment when we have change in volume, also in open interest. So we can say right now we have rollover on gold between those two contracts. So stay tuned, take a look. Each day you have actualization and information what is going on. So right now, let's go to our GCG. Let's take a look to our gamma exposure, how it looks. Our GCG. Right now we are, what we can say, exhausted. 4800. We cross later till 5k. We have similar few strikes. 5k 490. Below 490 we have very big support to 48. 4750, a little negative fella is sitting here, but looking on the bigger picture, still, if we think above 4700, we are in positive gamma regime. The nearest expiration, what we can recite right now, 49, so we are right here. Another expiration tomorrow, also we are above this, plus minus. So what we can say, we are exhausted, we are waiting for some information, so perhaps Trump can shake a little bit of the market right now on gold, or maybe we will receive information about raising deposit again. So stay tuned, check news, what is going on, because analysis technical right now, when we have that kind of events on our backside, I can tell you we can push to the trash this right now at the moment. So take a look where is much more gamma, where are the main strikes, where money are sitting, and we have similar view on our gold futures. If you use the new contract, the April one, 5k, still round number rating, we are not such a far, it's only less than 2% right now to catch this, or plus minus around that kind of move to catch 5k. Ladies and gents, is it so hard? I don't think so right now. And looking where we have risk trigger from 2 days ago from GLD, and where is core resistance sitting, we have still space, but the moment where we are sitting right now is very tricky. So be careful, because news will be pushing markets. We will get much more volatility right now. What we can expect, 25 on GVZ, telling us plus minus around $70 per today is a standard move prediction. We start 11 minutes ago the pit session on gold. Also, GLD have few above strikes for 50, so round number for 55 and near for 60. So it's 5 points each different. So stay tuned, be calm, wait for your setups, because market is tricky. On silver, as I was showed you about CTA position, today is simple plan to catch this. Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C. We have three main clusters, and Plan C we will be staying in our range. So this is very easy. Let's wait and see what is going on. Right now we are oscillating near 95, 5 points above, so round number 100, core resistance, one day max waiting, so it's plus minus similar situation what we have on gold, 5k, and below 90, our main support right now, 50% chance touching upper magnet or lower magnet. So I will be watching what they will do. And dollar index, our favorite fella right now, sitting in the range between one day mean and put support with HVL, above first resistance, main one, core resistance, 1 day max, also supporting zones from blind spots. So similar view, plan A, plan B, and plan C. And why it's so simple right now? Because we are waiting for the news which will push the market. So from my view, if you have some question, I will try to answer. Fabio or Patrick, could you let me know, do we have something?
Yeah. So we have. Could you show us how you use the CTAs table and what can you derive from that data? And then the follow-up question is, when CTA is positioned down, does it mean that they are out of positions, or what? How do you read that?
So Fabio, do we have CTA gates in our dashboard? First things first.
Do we have? Sorry.
Do we have guides about CTA
Yeah.
positioning? Could you show where is it?
Yep. Absolutely. So. Right. So if you go to our documentation, go under products, go under quant models, and we have our CTAs fund model. If you go to our academy, this is all available for you guys for free, so you can create an account and look at that. We also have our systematic fund. Let me see where that is. Systematic strategies and CTAs. So here we have videos on how to trade those, how to use those. So please use that. And if not, you can also come back to the dashboard and use Quinn.
Exactly.
Very,
I
very
was waiting for this. Is it possible, Fabio, to ask Quinn about CTA models?
sure. Yeah, so this is also available for you guys, and basically you can ask Queen.
Boom! Massacra! What a beautiful information are printing right now.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, very, very, very nice.
So about CTAs, this is one of the way, or maybe two, when you have some information about how I read. And for example, Patrick, you can join to our pro session. And I'm guessing also right now we have some promotion to join us. Am I wrong, Fabio?
Yes. I don't have the link yet, but yeah, we do have promo. So if you you can join our pro by going to the link here. So let me show you. So here, let me show you. Yeah, so we have the link there in our QR code. Let me share it for you guys. So you can follow that link for sure. Yes. Right here. If you scan the QR code or you type in mq.link/live, you'll get access to the promotion to join our pro community.
So I hope that helps.
Trump is coming. I think he could be coming onto the stage really soon.
So Patrick, do you see something interesting on ES or NQ?
Yeah, so let's jump into my charts really quick before
You wanna share it, Patrick? I think he's not sharing.
All right, I can share again. Give me 1 second. Okay, so here we go. Really quick before he shows up, because then it will be more stressful a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
So number one, to make us as really quick as possible, guys, take a closer look here at core resistance. We have also our swing trading roadmap. was showing that we had an important area, and you remember our A plus setup on VIX. And also during the London session, what was really important, and the swing trading model was showing us also with the roadmap, was the 1-day min and the high vol put support USDT. Depend on the speech, what we can expect it now. Nobody knows what he will be talking about. So really interesting would be if you're breaking here, touching put support, and then you have your swing trading area here. So the red button, but if the market will be going crazy and the VIX starts with the momentum more to the upside, number one, first, 1-day max, if you're going above 1-day max, so you have here your swing trading box, and this is a classic box to box trade, what is in my mind. So we was doing this in the pro room where we're having a little bit more comments there. We was talking already about the 1-day min, the high wall, and then the box trade to call resistance where we have our A plus set up. And if we're looking into this, every time call resistance, Fabio, as I was talking about, if we're hitting call resistance, we're getting a reaction in the market. We was getting this here, and we was getting this also here. So roadmap is set also for NQ. Here we go. We have this here at the top. So a classic box to box. What we have, what is interesting now, it's put support, 0DTE put support here at the top. And this is really interesting, Fabio. We have 1-day max below high vol and high vol 0DTE. My question would be why we see something like this.
I think this is because obviously yesterday we entered a big negative gamma environment, and and basically the price dropped way below the HVL, and that hasn't changed since yesterday. So as we were showing with the chart I was showing before, also the HVL and HVL utilities did not change yesterday in the end of the snapshot.
And this is exactly also happened, as you can see, end of the day with SPX levels. So if we're going above 1-day max and the market should be wild and crazy, so no worries. We have high vol and high vol USDT here. So I would be take a closer look then there. But for now, everything, as you can say, could be possible for the trash. So that's why let's remove the drawings, because Trump is now joining the stage. And if he would be open his mouth, he will talking about, we will see if he is aggressive or is he more peacefully. Will he be attack European leaders? What he will be doing, I have no idea. No one have any idea. But for me, really important are the blind spots levels roadmap. Let's take out the levels for a second. So to really find out where we have our boxes. And here we can see directly our boxes. And this is something where I would be looking for doing the speech for the boxes, so that we more are looking in for box to box trades. And then let's see. Few enemies. Okay, he will start really. He start again aggressive. Welcome, few enemies. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Fabio, any questions about this? Let us know.
Not yet.
Okay, cool.
So
Oops.
he opened mouth saying about tariffs and economy right now. So Fabio, maybe today we will have a little shorter live, because everybody right now will be trying to catch what Trump is saying. Markets will be crazy, perhaps.
What's the key on days like this, especially if Trump is speaking?
Sometimes, if you haven't got plan, from my view, stay out from the market.
Yeah, trade the follow truth or the correction. But therefore, it's really good to have on my side the blind spots levels roadmap, helping me to really giving me an edge into what areas are really interesting. Because if you're breaking here, for example, below 1 day min on NQ, I will be not panic. Why? Because I have here also my box from the blind spots. So I would be not going into panic. But again, let's see how we will be perform during the talk. And again, we are not looking for a short. We are not looking for a upside move. We are not looking for staying out of the market. We have only our plan A, B, C. So we have an open mind. So we have no bias.
Yeah, and also very important, like after like a day like today, if something happens in terms of news and catalyst, always think that the market is going to react and readjust their view and position. I think we had a session a long time ago with Jay talking about macro, and basically, it's always important to understand the impact of something like Davos today with Europe and the US, and how then can the market readjust based on the new information that are coming in. So always be prepared, like Patrick says, plan A, plan B, and then of course plan C if there is one. Yeah, and let us know, guys, if you have questions as well.
Yeah, because everybody is watching now. So it's a good time. So nothing is at the moment happen. As you can see, the market is waiting. Really calm at the moment. And also, don't forget, today's also and CNBC talk should do it with Trump. So we have him 2 times.
I will be not surprised then even some extra, or maybe on his own social media or other stuff, we will get information.
I don't know.
Much more, because for example, before he start in the calendar was meeting with German Chancellor, and right now, after he delay his coming, he start from the speaks with Mike. So later,
So this,
some extra news. I will be really not surprised that we will get hurricane mode today with the news.
yeah, and at 13 Eastern time, 1 p.m. there's the schedule for the CNBC talk with Trump. So could be also really interesting. All right, Fabio. Should we wait for comments? Should we stay here? Guys, let us know. You want to stay here in the stream with us, waiting for price movements, or you want focusing on your charts, on the speech? Because at the moment, nothing has really happened. The market is calm for the storm.
Yeah, let us know, guys. If not, we'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. and we'll look over what happened today. And of course, for our pro traders, we'll be live in our trading room at 9:15. So stay tuned there. But yeah, I think this was a great session. Thank you, guys. We have stay here. One comment. Okay, no problem.
Then let's stay here. So
Yeah. Okay, sounds good. We stick around here. Yeah, and basically, maybe Patrick, we can go over how you prepare, what goes into your mind. Obviously, when you trade, you're always trying to come in without a bias. So obviously, for you is wait for
yeah, of course.
and
Okay, yeah, let's do it. I hope I not miss the price move. Yes. All right, guys. So my first in my mind is this area here on the VIX. So I want to see basically a downside move to call resistance and call resistance CODTE to gamma ball CODTE. So what would be this meaning? So this would be meaning for me that the put support ZODT and put support and NQ will be holding, and we see a little correction. And then if we're touching the call resistance, this is again my A plus setup. I want to see the bigger move, maybe to the downside, down to 1-day min or back to the upside. But first, I want to see and retest on the put support ZODTE. This would be meaning we dropping a little bit on the VIX also could make sense. Why? Because take a closer look here. So we was rejecting yesterday here. We came down. We have the opening gap. So this could be really interesting for me to see this first and then again. So NQ put support UDT. We're talking about SPX put support UDT. Fabio, you was talking about this.
yeah.
And we are sitting here on the round number, guys, 6,800. So 6,800 is important psychology-wise. So for me, it's really interesting to see the reaction. Will be going above 6,800 and getting a little bit more momentum to the upside, or will the 6,800 acting as strong resistance and we can flush down more to GEX4, to the box where we have, or to the 1-day min. So my plan A is really simple. Just wait for the VIX as usual. Will we drop? I will see also the up move on the NQ. Will the VIX going higher and going more to the north side, to the 1-day max? I will see the different side. So that's really based on my mind at the moment. Plan A, 6,800 should be hold for good long on my end. If we stay below 6,800, plan B will be my action, looking more for the short side. But again, at the moment, I will be not doing something because as you can see, the market is not moving at the moment. So we have a really tiny candles, nothing really happened. I would be also waiting for reaction at the market open. So my plan is at the moment, plan C, stay out of the market, listen what he is saying. And if we're getting a clear direction, if we're getting a spike, someone will be taking now the gun. Then I would be also try and cappuccino trade. What is a cappuccino trade? Taking the smallest position and then ride the wave and enjoy it. Let me know, guys, if this makes sense. And this is really now the part, Fabio. We must stay patient, yeah? So if you're taking the gun too early, you can be shot from the market. So that's why I be more patient. I want to see now the VIX is looking like coming down again to call resistance. Will we see now a little follow through, a little bit more downside pressure to call resistance? Then yes, I will take it. But at the moment, no, just stay out and waiting. And also, we came to the round number 25,100 on the NQ really soon. So that's why also take a closer look to the 25,100. And not only and take a closer look again to the VIX. So we're getting more and more signal from the VIX, but be careful. Trump is talking, so this doesn't mean that this move is valid. So be careful, but that's one of our tricking point where I'm looking for, and let's do it. And look at this, guys. Here we go. Now we get it, Fabio. You see it, the VIX, boom. We was waiting, patience, have a plan. Now we're getting the move on the market. Here we go. Fabio, what do you say to the VIX? That's a magic.
Yeah, I like it.
This is the only thing what I be really good in. I be good in Nasdaq, trading the Nasdaq, reading the VIX. I'm not an options trader. I'm not a mathematical guy who using mathematical concepts on the VIX. I'm using only the VIX, guys. Pro traders are here. Where we looking for the VIX, for our timing, our entries and exit, to know exactly when we can going into the market, when we should be getting out of the market. This is really one of the edge what I have in reading the VIX. And look at this, guys. It was exactly what we was talking about. Now we're hitting our core resistance. And here we go. Come on, guys. Give us a yes or no. If this was clear move or not. Come on, we was talking about this.
Yeah.
Normally this would be only for the pros. Come on, because if you be a pro member, we can talk a little bit more about insights, but this is how we do it. We know exactly when we should be patient. We know exactly when we should not getting in the market, because we understanding the core principles, how to read the VIX as a trader for timing your entries. We was doing an amazing masterclass about this. 45 minutes. I teach you all the stuff, what you have to be know about timing your entries as futures traders with VIX. It's not about options by himself. It's for you as futures traders. And you know, Fabio, there was a story. We have 4 minutes left. The last session when we was doing live trading, not the last session, the session before, there was someone who was making good profits. He was sharing the story with us. He was making good profits doing the live session. And he was saying, guys, you know what? I will invest in you. I will book the pro now, because during the live trading session, I was following you. What you was doing, I was testers, I was making profits, and now I'm investing the profits in you guys. I want to learn more from you. And this is the best currency.
Yeah.
Building trust. And again, we won't put you on the hot seat. I don't care about what's going on my trading side. I want that you be able to find good entries point. I want that you be able to become more patient and disciplined. That's really what matters for me. And that's one of the big difference. We have no guru who's sitting in the middle and say to you, hey, you have to do this and this and this. No. I want to give you every single day where you be in the program some golden nuggets, so that it can help you at the end to become a better trader. Because you have already your strategy, maybe. You're using Bookmap, Atas, TrendSpider, whatever. You have there's your own strategy. Maybe you've been algo trader, but think about if there's only one puzzle or one golden nugget, what you can have maybe each week or every single day, and you add this to your strategy, like a quant, like an institutional. This could be so powerful. And that's my goal at the end. All right, guys, give me a yes or no if the quick live trading session was insightful, if you was learning something, quick plan, it was working. So congratulations, my friends.
Amazing. Great demonstration of live how to use the levels, how to build the plan, and how to potentially react to it. So great stuff, Patrick, and thank you, Maciej, as well. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow at 8. So stay tuned for that, and then we'll do our weekly recap on Friday. But I hope this is very helpful. This was actually a great demonstration, I think. And yeah, thank you guys.
All right. Have a great
Thank
one.
you. Wish you all the best. Stay tuned with us. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.